FSC spotted the opportunity in Ufasa as a business that was established, traditional though, but with a huge potential to be modernized. The strategic angle was such that in the market, in the Spanish market, it is hugely interesting because of its size. You have on the one hand the large established banks, which are large and obviously pretty old style in what they do. Yeah? And then you have a couple of nimble and quick fintech players, but they lack access to cheap funding. So you can choose from one of the two. And Ufasa, we thought, could be ideally placed right in the middle, taking advantage of both angles, being fast and nimble, but at the same time also have good and competitive funding. When thinking about harnessing the opportunity, we thought about all aspects of the business. There was the funding side, obviously, that we needed to improve. And what we could achieve was we could achieve a lot cheaper funding by opening up the opportunity of wholesale funding to a business that was mostly funded locally for a long time. What we also saw was an opportunity to expand the balance sheet, which is easy to do, but only is successful if you do it in a very profitable way, which means you need to maintain margins. At the same time, you need to make sure you keep cost of risk down. And this is exactly what we achieved. This is exactly what we call the golden triangle. Ideally, what we are looking at is, in the future, to use the balance sheet very, very carefully, very selectively. What this means is, at the onset, when we went into the investment, we saw a business that was well run, that had a clean book, which is a great starting point, that allowed us to do business immediately. But in the future, we think we can detach the use of the balance sheet from the origination quite significantly, which means that there's going to be way more production and origination, which is technology enabled and thereby hugely interesting. And at the same time, balance sheet will be used whenever profitable, whenever efficient, whenever it is adding value, basically. Ufasa is very well placed from our perspective to grow significantly going forward. And there is organic growth, which is already very, very strong since we invested into the business. But that can be even accelerated by further acquisitions and add-ons to the business. So how can we help Ufasa doing that? FSC is basically a network of professionals that is in the industry for their whole career. So our ecosystem is large and not only spans the Spanish market, but also other European markets. Hence, we can both offer interesting deal opportunities, we can offer interesting other expansion opportunities, and make them become a reality. FSC is more than just a financial investor like many other private equity firms. I mean, you can get the capital from many sources. The question is, what else can you offer? And I think in the case of FSC, we have proven to be business partners. And this is because we have been C-level executives ourselves in many occasions. We know how hard it is. We did it ourselves. We know what we are asking management to do. We know what the challenges are, and we hopefully also are able to support the management achieving their and our common goals.